All right, so I've been seeing some fucking drama on Twitter that I am actually personally parasocial, so I will look into it some more. This video was actually released about 7 months. Hold on, let me make sure I'm not turning. It's about 7 months ago, and it has 4.6 million views, which is crazy, crazy, crazy. Um, I love celebrity drama, because you usually don't see the private lives of celebrities. So sometimes, like, I don't care about celebrities, what they do in their free time, but the drama, I'm all for it. I am all for it, especially celebrities that you grew up watching or listening to. But this right here, I am interested to see what this video says about Hailey Bieber. Because we all know what happened with Selena and Justin. We all know that. And that every video, not every video, but every tweet I see is just like people saying how out of pocket Justin was acting on his stories, posting about Selena and whatnot. It's just petty ass drama, but I am all for it. I love drama. So we're gonna tune into this video. Probably I don't know what the fuck is going on, but hopefully give me insight on who, like, I barely know who Hailey Bieber is. I think it's just her dad is famous, maybe her dad's an actor or something. But that's about it. I just want to know what is going on.
From the undeniable hits of the Backstreet Boys and NSYNC to the breakout success of One Direction and the Jonas Brothers, every generation has their teenage heartthrob. And for teens and preteens in 2000,
Bro, I remember when I was in elementary school, everyone was obsessing over Justin Bieber, but that song really annoyed the hell out of me. They were just singing "Baby" all day long, and I was like, "Hey, you shut up, please!" That song irritated me, and I was like, "What?" I was like, maybe 8 or 9. That was, yeah. Okay, continue.
2009, that position was unmistakably occupied by Justin Bieber. Known as
Yep,
Beliebers, Justin
yep.
fans were known to pack
I
arenas,
remember it.
flood
Yeah, I was like
social
8 or 9.
media with endless posts, and even cause near riots at his appearances. This behavior was so common that it was even given a name. Bieber Fever was
Bieber
taking over the
fever.
world,
I
with
remember that. I also remember. I think Justin Bieber was like this generation's Michael Jackson type beat. Look at how they're running in the streets after him. But if you would look at this now, you'd think that there's a streamer, like a very popular streamer in the street. That's how people act nowadays when they see a streamer that they like. They just chase after them and then form big groups. But yeah, at first it was Michael Jackson, then it was Justin Bieber, like the pop artist, or like K-pop, which I am very familiar with. And then there's streamers. It just evolves into a different category.
one famous case in Australia where they had to cancel the show after only a few minutes as 8 girls in the crowd fainted
What?
after catching a glimpse of the
What
artist.
the
While
hell?
teens and preteens around the world dreamed of being Justin's
Uh
baby, Beliebers would never get the chance and eventually grow out of the fandom. But what if
Someone
I
ran on
told you
stage?
one
No
Belieber
shot.
never gave up? In fact, she was there the
Oh
whole
yeah.
time.
First, I'd like to commend her on her winning streak of having like one of the most desired people. Like she was actually one of the obsessed fans, but she ended up marrying him. That's insane. That's like a yandere's fucking dream.
Lurking in the shadows, using her famous friends and dad's Hollywood
I knew
connections
it.
to turn her
Look
13-year-old
at that.
dream into reality. This is the story of how relentless ambition and a hidden agenda turned Hailey Baldwin into one less lonely girl.
That is crazy. Okay, no more pausing for now. But she ended up getting him. That's the insane part. Oh,
Following the 2009 release of Justin Bieber's debut singles, One Time and One Less Lonely Girl, he was invited onto the Today Show to perform them. Unbeknownst to Justin, this appearance would completely change his life, as Hailey Baldwin's father, Stephen Baldwin, would take her backstage to meet 15-year-old Justin Bieber when she was just 13 years old.
This is my daughter Hailey.
her her father helped her. Her
Like
father
many
helped
13-year-old
her.
girls at the time, Hailey likely had a crush on Justin, and her father Steven was using his connections to do
That
something
is
sweet for his
insane. This
daughter.
is why you need
However,
connections,
this
guys.
wouldn't be the only time Hailey was around Justin before he really knew who she was. For example, Hailey would also appear at Justin's Toyota concert series performance in Rockefeller
So she's just
Plaza
been in the
before
background
following
this
him
whole
to
time.
Los Angeles to attend the premiere of his movie, Never Say Never, where she can be seen watching him from the sidelines
That is
as he
crazy.
walks the purple carpet.
That
Stephen
is
Baldwin
crazy.
would actually pull some strings that allowed Hailey to meet Justin again, and this would give us their
Nah.
first photo together. 4 months later, Hailey would even be photographed posing with a photo of Justin Bieber on the cover of M magazine
Oh
while
my
attending the
god.
premiere of the 2011 movie Monte Carlo. Something ironic about this is that Justin's photograph is next to his new at the time girlfriend, Selena Gomez, who also starred in the Monte Carlo movie and would soon become Hailey's arch enemy. It's clear by this
Yep.
point that Hailey
It's
Baldwin
still
wanted
ongoing, by the
Justin
way.
Bieber for herself, and even though Selena Gomez took him off the market, Hailey wasn't going to give up so easily. For example, in 2012, Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez would enjoy a date night together where they would eat sushi and go to the movie theater.
That's the one thing I would hate about being famous. You get articles about you just going out to eat sushi. Like, that's insane. What about me eating sushi is so interesting? Like, just like little shit like that. It's just ugh. The
However,
downside.
paparazzi photos and videos would reveal that none other than Hailey Baldwin was following them around on their date,
What?
keeping an eye on Justin. Now, it's
What?
possible all of this has been a coincidence.
She was
Hailey
following
does have
them?
a famous father, and the Hollywood circle is smaller than it appears. Except that in 2019, a self-proclaimed former Justin Bieber superfan posted a video on YouTube where she claims to have helped set up Hailey with Justin, and has the receipts to show for it.
I feel like this is an opening to a documentary.
That is insane. This whole time?
I used to be a Bieber fan, and I'm not talking a Bieber fan, I'm talking a New York City Bieber fan, and we've all been there, but I lived in New York City and I had the resources to go see him.
According to this video, Dana, the former superfan, used to run a Justin Bieber fan account with over 200,000 followers and had become somewhat of a niche internet celebrity amongst the Justin Bieber community. 15-year-old Hailey Baldwin followed Dana in 2011, and over time, she would become friendly with her online, regularly tweeting back and forth and DMing her for intel on Justin Bieber's location.
Here you're gonna see where I wrote Satai Fifth app. The DM that was right above that she sent to me is gone because she unsent it right away. And if I went back to my MacBook from 2013, maybe I could find that, because above that, and you're gonna have to take
So
my
she's
word
an
for this one,
instigator
because
then.
I don't have it, but she said, "What hotel is Justin staying at? Kylie and I want to know."
According
Kylie
to Dana,
Jenner.
when she would give Hailey information on what hotel
It
Justin
was
Bieber
Kylie
was
Jenner.
staying at, Hailey would either book a room there or eat at the hotel restaurant. Hailey's goal was to cross paths with Justin Bieber as much as possible,
That's
in hopes
crazy.
that he one day considered
That
her
is crazy.
a potential partner.
We would give her that info because she would either stay at that hotel or she would eat at that hotel or do whatever at that hotel so she could bump into him. Hailey Baldwin went from trying to bump into Justin Bieber at the Satai, the London, to marriage. That is so iconic. Like, everyone's making a joke that it was her 10-year plan. Like, did it?
10
even post
years.
tweets
She planned that shit for 10 years. I don't know. I'd be creeped out if I found out about all of this. 10-year plan, and it ended up working. That's why patience is a virtue, guys. You always gotta wait. Ugh, Jesus Christ, that's disgusting.
16-year-old Hailey Baldwin sent to her, where Hailey discusses Justin Bieber's height and speculates how much more he will grow. Something you would expect a superfan to tweet.
That's not a
Even
superfan.
back
That's
in
what they
2013,
call it.
Hailey was
There's a Korean term for it. It's an obsession. It's a very bad obsession. I forgot what they call it. It's a Korean term. That's gonna Korean obsessed fan. Say song. Person who's like, they would go everywhere that this, even flying the same planes as the artist. Like, it's crazy.
serious about protecting her man and would ask if the DMs Dana tweeted from Justin Bieber were real or not, with Dana confirming to her that she was just making a joke. Although it's
That was
difficult
no
to
joke.
believe everything you hear on the internet, it's worth mentioning that Hailey Baldwin actually participated in a Justin Bieber fan video
Of course she
orchestrated
did.
by Dana. After Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez released a lip sync video to Carly Rae Jepsen's Call Me Maybe, Dana and several other Justin Bieber superfans recreated it, with none other than Hailey Baldwin sending Dana a clip of herself to include in the fan recreation.
Ew.
At this point in time, Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez had broken up and gotten back together multiple times,
What
but
the heck?
2014 would mark the beginning of their longest break yet. And luckily for Hailey, she had become close with Kylie and Kendall Jenner. This is important
Oh
because
my God.
Justin was also friends with the Jenner sisters, and because they now shared mutual friends,
Oh
Hailey's
my
access
gosh.
to Justin had never been easier. She would no longer have to rely on Belieber fan accounts to give her intel on his location. Now she could simply ask her friends. This newfound connection with the Jenner sisters,
They're still friends
proved
too, by the way.
valuable, and things were looking up for Hailey after she was spotted getting dinner with Justin, going to a movie, and then going back to his house, where she wouldn't be seen leaving until the following morning. However, with Justin's heart healing from the recent breakup with Selena and New Year's Eve quickly approaching, Hailey had her eyes on the prize and didn't want to risk Selena ruining that for her. It's a little loose, but fans speculate that Selena Gomez's last-minute New Year's Eve trip to Dubai with Kendall Jenner and Gigi Hadid was actually a setup to put Hailey and Justin together. With Selena out of the country,
No
the chances
way.
of Justin and Selena rekindling their relationship at midnight were now zero. Unfortunately for
No
Hailey,
way.
Justin would make it clear that he wasn't looking for a new partner, and instead was more focused on having fun. And just like old times, Hailey would defend her territory. After Halsey
What?
was photographed leaving a building with Justin, Hailey would post a video of herself to social media telling her driver to change the radio station after a Halsey song started playing.
Can you
Crazy.
change the station? Please. Thank you.
This is when Hailey really started to lose the plot and get
When
progressively
she started getting
and
more
bold
obsessed.
with her actions. While Justin and Selena were still separated, Justin would do a series of interviews where he praises Selena and describes her as the love
Aww.
of his life, going on to say they were, quote, so in love, nothing else mattered. We were all about each other. Clearly feeling jealous about how Justin was speaking of his ex, Hailey began accidentally retweeting tweets that shipped Justin Bieber and herself, as well
Ew.
as tweets from people wishing that Hailey would fight Selena.
What?
This is when Hailey's behavior stops coming across as enthusiastic and starts coming off as obsessive. As
Yes,
over
it
the
is
next
obsessive.
couple of years, she would seemingly try and mold herself to be more like Selena Gomez in hopes of receiving attention from Justin. For example, Hailey has a tendency to copy Selena's outfits and poses. Fans have dug up many examples of Hailey
Oh
posting
my God.
photos,
Wait.
outfits, and
Wait. That is crazy. That is crazy. So she's like trying to copy her? She's trying to copy everything that she does. But like she spaces it out so that it doesn't seem suspicious. What in the world? Guys. She played the game though. She played the game and won. I'm just saying it. She played the game and won. That is oh god. Imagine.
For example, Hailey has
Okay. March 4th, 2023, and then March 14th. That's just a couple days later. That's 10 days
a
later.
tendency to copy
This was 2 years later, but she still copied it. Interesting.
Selena's outfits and poses.
This one's crazy. Because why would you need to do that specific face with the 2 fingers?
Fans have dug up many examples of Hailey posting photos shortly
Same earring, same side pose, same bun, but one is up and one is down. That is crazy.
after Selena, where she's either
Interesting. I don't know if it can be. Maybe that's just a coincidence, though. Who knows? But the ring is on the same hand.
they're wearing the same exact outfit or
Okay, that one's kind of sketch. That one's kind of sketch. That's 3 years later, though. Interesting. Why are you wearing that in December, you crazy?
something very
Aren't you
similar.
cold?
The copying
That one looks the same, yes. The glasses, the hat, yep.
allegations even extend to the poses
Um, somewhat similar, not that much, but somewhat. Wait, this is a day after. What? It's a day after.
she makes in the photos, as well as her facial
Yes. Yeah, that one's sketch. Sketch.
expressions. Now, if you're shopping
Same earring. Uh-huh. Same side pose. Okay. Same year, which is interesting because usually it'd be like 1 year or 2 years. But this is the same year, just a month later.
at the same stores, or keeping up with
Um, kinda. Not really, but kinda the same.
the current fashion meta, the reality is your
Selena looks really good in this picture. I'm not gonna lie, Selena looks really good. Look at her. Wow. And then you get Hailey. Nah. Selena, oh god.
outfits are going to overlap with what other people are wearing.
Yep, that's the same. That is definitely the same.
But all of these outfits were posted by Selena first, with Hailey sometimes posting her in the same exact outfit as soon as 24 hours later. The accessories, the facial expressions, the outfits, they're all the same. But it doesn't
And that
just
pose
stop
was the
with
same.
clothes. On June 4th, 2015, Selena Gomez would be spotted with a new tattoo behind her ear. This tattoo is just the letter G and is supposedly a tribute to her baby sister Gracie. However, on June 16th, just 12 days later, Hailey Baldwin would be spotted sporting an
No fucking shot. She got a tattoo behind her ear. That is crazy. And it looks like the exact same tattoo. What?
almost identical G tattoo in the same exact location as Selena's. Hailey would claim that the tattoo is an homage to her pastor's daughter Georgia, but Hailey, seemingly copying Selena while simultaneously rooting on her downfall, will become harder and harder to ignore. In February of 2018, Selena Gomez would check herself into the Privé Swiss psychiatric facility
What?
in
Why?
Connecticut, a facility that offers therapy for individuals needing a retreat from high-profile, always-on lifestyles.
Oh,
And
okay.
Hailey would allegedly drive past Selena's home with her pastor's wife to make sure Selena was still in therapy.
What?
The rest of
Wait,
2018
whoa. Go back. Wait, whoa. Go back. All the way. Go back. To the G tattoo. Selena checked herself into a hospital, and Hailey drove by the hospital to make sure she was still there. Is that what I'm getting from that part?
copying Selena while simultaneously rooting on her downfall will become harder and harder to ignore. In February of 2018, Selena Gomez would check herself into the Privé Swiss psychiatric facility in Connecticut, a facility that offers therapy for individuals needing a retreat from high-profile, always-on lifestyles. And Hailey would allegedly drive past Selena's home with her pastor's wife to make sure Selena was still in therapy. The rest of 2000 with her pastor's wife to make sure
I want to read this. Hold on. Hailey Baldwin visits with a friend as Justin breaks down over Selena. Hailey Baldwin visited with a friend from her church, her pastor's wife, in fact. The pair took a trip past Selena Gomez's home, while the troubled star has reportedly checked into a psychiatric facility. Huh. Justin reportedly stayed with his pastor, most likely praying for Selena's recovery. Speedy recovery. What?
Selena
That
was
is
still in
crazy.
therapy. The rest of 2018 is kind of confusing, as Justin Bieber would get back together with Selena Gomez for a couple of months before she finally broke up with him for good, only for Justin to marry Hailey 6 months later.
That is
Hailey would
no. That is the part I hate. 6 months later,
later claim in interviews that she and Justin officially started dating in 2016, but if that's the case, why was Justin dating Selena just months before your wedding? Either way, Hailey Baldwin was now Hailey Bieber, and even though she got what she seemingly always wanted, it still wasn't enough.
It was not
Following
enough.
the release of Selena Gomez's song, Lose You to Love Me, Hailey would immediately post a screenshot of her playing Summer Walker's song, I'll Kill You. While Hailey
What
would
the
claim
hell?
the timing was merely a coincidence, many fans interpreted this post as another attack on Selena. To make matters
Obviously,
more
what the heck?
confusing, in 2019, Hailey Bieber would debut another tattoo, this time on her ring finger, and featured the letter J. This tattoo is clearly a Justin Bieber tribute. However, fans were quick to notice that it shares a striking resemblance to
Nah, she got a tattoo of Selena's older ring. Nah.
a ring Justin Bieber bought Selena Gomez all the way back in 2012. A couple months later, Hailey even made sure to crash Selena's album release party being held at the restaurant Craig's in West Hollywood, despite not being invited, by making sure to arrive there before it started and staying long enough to overlap with the event, only leaving through a back door once Selena left her party. According to tweets from the evening of the party, once Selena arrived,
Apparently, when Selena arrived at the restaurant, the waiter started playing her songs, pissed off Hailey, and Maeve, who started to ask them to play Yummy, then started screaming Justin's name.
the restaurant started playing her music, and that didn't sit right with Hailey. Hailey's stylist, Maeve, asked a waitress to play the song Yummy by Justin Bieber, and when that request wasn't fulfilled, Hailey and her table allegedly started yelling Justin's name. Hailey Bieber would find herself under the microscope yet again following the release of her home cooking show, What's in My Kitchen, as it shares a striking, undeniable resemblance to Selena Gomez's cooking show, Selena Plus Chef, that debuted 2 years before Hailey's show.
I remember
Let's
that.
start at the beginning. Selena's show starts with a faux camera HUD overlay to give that raw homemade production quality feel. Hailey's show also starts with a faux camera HUD overlay. Selena points out that the show does in fact take place in her real home.
This is my real home. Everything that we're doing is at home.
Hailey points out that the show is actually recorded in her real home.
Yes, we actually are in my real kitchen, in my real house.
Selena has her Nana
Ew.
introduce the dish they will be cooking.
So Nana, what do we call this?
Cheesy tortilla chip casserole.
Haley has her Nana introduce the dish they will be cooking.
And Nana, what are we making today?
Selena Plus Chef would go on to have 4 11-episode seasons on HBO Max, as well as a spin-off that's still currently airing titled Selena Plus Restaurant, while Hailey Bieber's What's in My Kitchen would release 5 episodes before being abandoned completely. After fans caught on to Hailey practically copying Selena word for word, things got even darker when they dug into Hailey's interviews.
I realized that everybody else seemed to be narrating my life for me.
Yes.
So why don't I put something out that is my side of the story?
I realized that I was able to tell my story about who I was from my own mouth.
Wait, that's just a month
instead of
later.
People from the outside being able to tell my story for me.
That was one of the moments where I was like, I don't have to be that 19-year-old body shape anymore because I'm not.
That's the other thing too that
No,
I think I'm learning is I'm not 19 anymore. I'm 24 now. I
Wow.
feel like my body has changed.
He even
the
used the
most
same
in this
age.
last year.
Somebody asked me a while ago, what's the one thing you wish people knew about you? And I said I wanted it to be my heart.
What do you wish more people knew about you?
My heart.
People didn't really know me. They didn't know who I was. They didn't know Hailey for Hailey. And I just always had this constant battle where I was saying, I wish people just knew my heart.
For what it's worth, this last Selena Gomez interview where she talks about her heart isn't even easy to find. It comes from the press circuit for the movie Rudderless, and at the time of this recording, only has 2,870 views, and is seemingly only hosted on a Portuguese Selena Gomez fan account. If Hailey really did copy Selena's quote, and this is the same source she stole it from, she would have had to have been far down the Selena interview rabbit hole, as this clip was hard to find even knowing what to search for. It's almost comical how many instances you can find of Hailey Bieber coincidentally doing something Selena Gomez has already done, even extending to the ad campaign for Hailey's beauty company Rhode, sharing a striking resemblance to Selena's beauty company, a company that, when not copying Selena's, is allegedly copying smaller, lesser-known brands, even down to the descriptions. Hailey's greatest life achievement will be marrying Justin Bieber.
Everyone always says that. That is basically her greatest achievement. Everyone always says that.
Bit. Let's give her some credit. Like most girls during the Bieber fever era, she wanted nothing more than to be with Justin.
and weird and creepy.
And through her
but
relentless ambition, world-class hating, and a
Justin,
meticulously orchestrated plan, Hailey spent 9 years building connections with people to put herself around Justin as much as possible. From befriending the Jenner sisters and working with fan accounts to feed her intel on Justin's every move, to booking countless hotel rooms just to bump into him in the elevator, and then traveling to the next hotel to pretend to coincidentally be dining there that evening. Hailey set her eyes on the prize, put in the work, and found herself across the altar from Justin Bieber.
I don't even know what to call it because it's so beyond iconic that there needs to be a new word invented for what Hailey Baldwin has done. Hailey Baldwin went from trying to bump into Justin Bieber at the Satai, the London, to marriage. It is so iconic. Like, everyone's making a joke that it was her 10-year plan. Like, did it. We stand Hailey Baldwin. She did that. Do not give up. Like, that's inspirational.
Don't stand that.
You
What the heck?
anything in life because Hailey Baldwin did that.
What other cases of a pop music stan marrying their idol can you think of? She might be the only one to ever do it, and she at least deserves some credit for that. However, after spending a third of your life fighting another woman for your man, what are you left with? You arrived at the destination, but is it as fun as the journey you took getting there? Perhaps this is why, after 6 years of marriage to Justin, we still see Hailey copying and clowning on Selena. Perhaps Hailey can't help herself because it's all she's really known. While most people spend ages 13 to 22 discovering who they are and finishing school, Hailey spent those formative years indulging herself in a childhood fantasy. It also has to hurt that after announcing your pregnancy to the world, Selena Gomez, your husband's ex-girlfriend, started trending on Twitter, and not you, your husband, or your baby. It seems we're not the only ones pondering these questions, as despite the pregnancy announcement, the relationship seems to be on the rocks. Stephen Baldwin, Hailey's father, has asked people to pray for Justin and Hailey on Instagram, while divorce rumors swirl around the internet, with some people pointing out that Hailey and Justin arrive and leave events in separate cars, and others speculating that they haven't lived together for some time, all while blind item after blind item allege depression, substance abuse, and cheating from Justin. Always take blind items with a grain of salt, but something often alleged is that Justin and Selena's 4-month stint in 2018, just months before Justin's marriage to Hailey, came as the result of an unexpected pregnancy with Selena, followed by a miscarriage. Hailey's 4-month stint in 2018, just months before Justin's marriage to Hailey, came as the result and leave a—
Wait, hold on. Jaylee and Justin have been Justin and Hailey have been arriving and leaving the same places in separate cars since last year until the time they spotted each other in February.
Events in separate cars, and others speculating that they
Separate
haven't lived
houses.
together for some time, all while blind item after blind item allege depression, substance abuse, and cheating from Justin. Always take blind items with a grain of salt, but something often alleged
But the world may be going to hell, but at least Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez are still. That's a crazy Vogue article.
is that Justin and Selena's 4-month stint in 2018, just months before Justin's marriage to Hailey, came as the result.
Wow, so that's why he was heartbroken, and then he was like, you know what? Getting married will help. This A-list foreign-born singer, foreign-born, which is because Justin's Canadian, confessed at a church meeting that he tried to off himself several years ago after he lost a baby because of his current girlfriend suffered a miscarriage within a few months of getting pregnant. Oh. This pair traveled to a foreign country days before the miscarriage. The singers teamed him out of the situation by putting him in a wedding, and the month the baby was due, both had a breakdown. Wait, what? The singers team got him out of the situation by putting him in a wedding and the month the baby was due. Both had a breakdown. The wife went to rehab and the singer was seen crying by Paps.
Result of an unexpected pregnancy with Selena, followed by a miscarriage. This could potentially give some added context to why Selena checked herself into a wellness retreat and why Justin flipped from Hailey to Selena to marrying Hailey all in less than a year. Regardless, one thing is for certain. If Selena goes left, Hailey goes left. If Selena goes right, Hailey goes right. But could Hailey, for the first time in almost a decade,
no.
have a new blueprint?
Oh, that's gonna be a later video. But I saw it on the side too, right here. This one, I'm gonna subscribe so I can figure it out. But this one, I think she's still kind of obsessed with Selena, but it's less. You know, this is actually a good video. That's a really good video. Wow. I think we're ready for Justin Smooth after that. Wow. 16,000 comments. That ending to this video, look at this.
Selena goes left,
Look at this.
Hailey goes left. If Selena goes
Look
right,
at this.
Hailey
That's
goes
a good
right.
transition
But
to his
could
next
Hailey,
video.
for the first time in almost a decade, have a new blueprint?
So she just copies anyone who's trending, right? Or anyone who's famous, and she like, I don't, what does that mean? But she only copies Selena because she wanted Justin. So why is she copying Sabrina now? I don't get it.